So 50 knows what happened. So that's why he's not running around. You know what I mean? He's playing games, throwing those little snippets. He gonna throw us another audio or something with him and Tammy. But could you imagine, Michael, we ride? Could you imagine 50 Cent sneakily recording somebody? Million does that. Now y'all heard the topic. What do y'all think about that? As far as the question to y'all that I want y'all to answer to the people is, what do you think about this whole saga coming from your opinion? All right. Who going first?
I mean, I jump out there first, man. First and foremost, I like how you said that, man. We're not gonna put the rat jacket on it through a bracket of story that I was covering. A lot of people that was giving me pushback kept saying, "Hey, you calling a man a rat without the paperwork?" Sometimes I think that they just want to be argumentative. Let me say what my position on it was. First, I didn't listen to it. Then when I seen the connection between him and Tammy, it made me raise my eyebrows. And then when I seen his name all in the affidavits and he wasn't indicted, it made me raise my eyebrows even further. So at this point in time, I feel as though it's so much of a suspicion and so much of a black cloud over his head. He need to address it. And I think what they called addressing it by him saying never told, never fold, death before dishonor, and come to my concert. I don't think that was an explanation. I think that put further of a cloud over the situation because he avoided it. For him to say that I wasn't going to talk about it because of this or because of that, you can't halfway talk about it either. So, just to break like an icebreaker, that's my position on it. It's some suspect stuff going on with it. It's too many informants going on with it. It's too many people dealing with informants. And now we got to say, okay, well, when did they know they was informants? Man, when you on this level of the game, you supposed to know certain type of things. I don't care if you was incarcerated or not. The same way we know that these things went on right now because of Pacer and because Tammy went to Pacer. I believe that somebody from Georgia that was in a position to go to Pacer knew what this was going on when the Trey White case was going on. So that's for starters.
Yeah, that would be.
Too.
So yeah, Boots. My take on it is, like when he did do that video saying that
I'm over here rocking with unique street knowledge, Boosie. Check it out on Unique Mecca Audio too. Shout out to the top. Shout out to the mob.
I was looking at him to poke his chest out. But I didn't call me a rat. What? Out there. So I was looking for that reach. Now, also, I want to know, and I'm glad I'm on your platform today, because this is one of the biggest questions, because I needed a big platform to say this. How did they find out that she was sleeping with the head of the investigative team?
Boosie got a good point.
How did the United States attorney find out about it so they could say we dismissed it, we dismissing the case against Cup? None of that came out yet. So until that come out, then we really
Paperwork TV. Make sure y'all subscribe to my man Paperwork TV.
Sleeping with the head lead of the investigation of Cuffy. So we don't have no proof that that's even real. So how we know it really got dismissed? All right, Boosh, let me say this. I'm gonna get right to the point. You my homie and all that, like keep it 100, keep the show moving on the point that it need to be on. All that when, how, where, why, that's like let's ride. That's like you cheated on your girl, right? And then she asked you, why'd you do it? I'm not satisfying you. I'm not enough for you. And you answer these questions. No, baby, I love you, but I screwed up.
You need funny, man.
All this, why, when did you sleep with him? How did you meet him? Who cares? I screwed up. But she had to catch you from somewhere. Girl told on him. No, I got that. But listen, what difference does that make to you? I put you in a different scenario than the drugs and meat and all that. You dealing with your girl, and your girl catch you cheating. I know you'll never do it.
Assalamu alaikum, Rance.
Let's say your girl catches you cheating, and she confronts you. And she say, oh, you cheated on me. And, you admit it. You say, yeah, I cheated. Then she say, why? You know what I mean? I said, baby, I screwed up. That's all I said. I screwed up. What else is there to say? Anything else is going to be talking yourself into the doghouse. You understand? So least is better. facts. The facts is I screwed up. The facts is this girl is a rat bastard.
I think she bigger than a rat. She a big boy informant.
But that's irrelevant. I don't care about none of that. No disrespect. You do what I'm saying, and you have a right to. But right now, what I'm dealing with, because I'm dealing with a straight gangster platform, so we can use this time so the youth understand. I'm not trying to debate if me didn't do this or that. All I want to know is what happens when a man or woman is in this situation and you're part of the street and you get caught up in a third-party corporation accusation is what we're dealing with. You understand? And you articulate yourself very well, Bootsy. So I'm gonna let me put this to Eon first. Eon, try and help me explain to him what I'm saying. Because he's wondering, when did he make this? When did he do it? It's like you're trying to defend him or you're trying to convict him. It's either way. But bottom line is, we're not making a judgment. All we're doing is reacting when we see this paperwork. Right or wrong, Eon? Explain that to him, maybe.
I mean, I agree with that, but I think it is a valid question of not necessarily when did he meet her, but when did he discover that she was an informant?
Now,
you feel me?
What you were saying, Bootsy, that I cut you off in the and Blue said that it got dismissed because Tammy was sleeping with the man. So working with Big Meech didn't help the case because she slept with the guy. So why should we believe that the case Puffy saying that the case got dismissed because of that? He don't have no proof of that. And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying the same thing you're saying. We can't call the man a rat without proof. And I got that proof. I got that. We're on the same page, but let me say this towards what you're saying, right? This man got these accusations. This woman is down with him with whatever, and he gets caught up. You're saying that when did he? Oh, that there's no paperwork to that. That you haven't seen it. What did he say? Now listen, you haven't read it. Sorry, we just finished this statement. You haven't read the paperwork, but if something like that wasn't true, you know what I mean? I don't think they would have said that only because that could be checked by the paperwork. You understand? At any point, Puffy's people or whoever they call in the rat beach, whoever they trying to say ratted why they dropped it because she was sleeping with the agent, whoever wanted to defend that, whether that was Puffy, whoever, they could go to Pesa, and that's in the file if it's there. So I understand what you're saying. But where I'm at is, I think this is frivolous for us to talk about when that happened. He's on the right track, and that's what I want you to get on and answer to the people, being that you haven't been to the feds, because we have our way that we deal with things, and you've been up north or wherever, so you know how y'all deal with it up there. So the thing is, when did Mitch know she was a rat is one, and then two, what did he do after he found out she was a rat? If he continued to deal with her, then now he's what we call, right, Eon, harboring the rat. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that could be true. I want to, before I go into that, right? You was getting ready to say something, Boosie?
The answer you just did an interview saying that Nietzsche had called home. And the first time he talked to him in a while, he was asking him, what's up with the movie? He said, yeah, the movie going good. 50 about to put it out. Y'all don't keep calling him and harassing him, man, because he's on point. Everything getting ready to flow smooth. He said, I wanted to say something to him. He said, well, how it happened? He said, Tammy put it together. He said, when he said that, he said he had to tell him. He said, because me said, well, he said, man, you ain't hear about old girl? She ain't right. He was like, oh, word? Well, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Who said that ain't got nothing to do with me? Meech said, well, it ain't got nothing to do with me. She putting the show together. So that means he didn't know that she was a rat until Blue told him. Okay, cool. Give him that. Now, what did he do after he found out she was a rat? And what year was that approximately, if you know? How long did he keep this? When he first got locked up, and he ain't heard from him in a couple months, he said. He was at his homeboy crib, and each called Dick. So it had to be around the time he first got locked up. So like 2007, 2010, but that's what I'm saying. So if they knew this all the time, right? Why are they keeping this a secret? Let me say this. Hold up, man, because I'm getting ready to get angry here, Bootsy. Hold up. One second. Hold on. to get real angry right now. Hey, yo, we got 1,000 people in the room. In 14 minutes, we have 1,000 people, and I got 64 mother effing likes. Oh,
man, Unique got 1,000 people in the room on that joint.
Hit that like button and stop faking before I tap out, man. I'm not gonna waste my time. Y'all ain't sending a super chat. Y'all ain't even hitting the like button. I'm gonna play with my people. My bad, y'all. Go ahead.
It's on me.
Yeah, don't get nervous now.
I'm not nervous. I was just want to make sure that Boosie was done. But before I go on to what I wanted to say, I see this D35 comment up on here, and you know that's my sentiments all the way. And it says if your man hook you up with a plug from jail, then tells you to holler at my homegirl, and their homegirl is the feds, it's not that difficult. I don't even want to break that down. That's from my perspective. That's the main reason why I even started to read or started to pay attention to it. But let me say this about the whole matter with the thing with Cuffy, right? I think it's a misconception going around that Cuffy's case was dismissed. That's actually incorrect. Cuffy pleaded guilty to a 10-year sentence for the drug case that came from this. Now, people saying him and Suarez didn't get arrested. What we must remember is that the affidavit that was turned in to get the Title III wiretap on Cuffy's phone, which led to CS1 to CS2 to the other things that occurred from the beginning of that wiretap. So the case never stopped or never got dismissed. Him and Suarez just was not charged with anything. But the wiretap still led to the 10 years that Cuffy is serving right this minute. So I do want to kind of like get rid of that myth that the case was dismissed. No case was ever dismissed.
DC Black Eon and my man Big Bootsy. All right, make sure y'all follow them, subscribe, whatever y'all call it, at BC Black Speed Knowledge Podcast, and y'all hit that like button, man. We got 1,300 people in here in 20 minutes, and not even 17 minutes. We got 1,300 people. I'm about to turn this off. That's why I do the pre-recorded video. See, they wanted to do the live. I was just gonna pre-record them and then upload it because I think it's a disrespect. Sit here talking and not even getting a like.
What's up with y'all though, man? Hit the like button for me over here. I only got 55 over here. I know it's a unique show though. But we talking about the whole BMF situation over here. Stories with V. What's up? Make sure y'all subscribe to my man channel.
I want them to hear it, the ones that might be driving, you know. What did it say? What did 50 Cent say Meech's worst mistake was to stop his relationship with Tammy? Bootsy, see, when we do this, like, you know, you taught me this. When we do this, when I first came home, right? This Bootsy broke me here. I first come home and Bootsy said, yo, man, this YouTube thing is crazy. He said, man, you know, watching it in the car while they driving, while they walking, anywhere they at, they with it. They might be at work, you know, they might be doing something and got the phone in their pocket and they listen to the YouTube and that's where the money is at. So, bottom line is, once he tell me that, I know that if I do a show, I gotta read whatever is there to let the people know. You understand that is not looking at their phone, that might be, you know, baking a cake or, you know what I mean? Or just walking with their coat on and can't hold their hands out with their glove tight on. They just sit it down because they read the book and just want to listen to it. You know? But anyway, so what do you think about that statement, Boots?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't hear what he said to him.
Boots, you can't see the question on the screen.
I'm looking at it, but I don't know what 50 said to Meech.
They're alleging that as 50 Cent, you know what I'm saying, spanked him on the internet, as they're saying. They saying that one of his admonishments to him was that the worst thing he ever did was to terminate his relationship with Tammy. She had his secrets.
Okay, so where I'm at is right. Maybe I need to smoke a joint this morning or something. You know what I mean? I don't know the words what he said to me. Listen, we have an explanation. This is a minute Lilliputian conversation, meaning very small conversation, because all I asked you is to read what is there and speak on it.
I think I'm gonna do
I don't know what he said.
I think I'm gonna cover it until 50 Cent do the documentary.
You understand? And they're telling you what he said. He said,
is that cool with you?
His worst mistake was to stop his relationship with Tammy. 50 said that.
I've never been a fan of anything other than a sports team or a boxer. For you to use that language, you must be a fan. You keep coming over here commenting. You must like Tammy. You over here asking me why I'm covering something. Did you asking Stephen A. Smith why is he covering Jalen Hurts?
And he idolized anything that looked bad going to travel faster than positive. Negative always travel faster than positive. So yeah, letting her go was the worst thing in that aspect. Okay, all right. You want to weigh in on that, Eon?
Man, without repeating exactly what he said, because I agree with that, I would add to the situation, man. This is why people like me, but specifically myself, this is why I don't condone no type of rat behavior, rat sympathizing, or nobody believing that a person that's an informant or a rat, whichever term we choose to use, why they would be exempt. I'm gonna take a little note out of what's y'all name 50 Cent son when he was trolling Lil Meech. Was like, you thought you was special. I'm gonna apply that same philosophy to Demetrius. What he thought he was special, if he knew that this person was an informant, he wasn't gonna get caught up with it. But that's conjecture. What we know at the end of the day, if we want to just talk about that question that was posed right here on your platform, if he had a connection with her and he had to end that connection for whatever reason, because I heard other things. I heard things like she wasn't good for his image and all these other things, which I don't know to be 100% true. But whatever it is, you can't get in bed with no super duper government informant and then think you're just gonna walk away from the thing. I mean, that's what I think this whole problem is, no matter what comes out at the end. But a person just asked me on my YouTube channel, said, how long you gonna cover this? Technically, I'm gonna be interested until Tammy and 50 Cent drop whatever they got, because he got a little wiggle room if she don't got no recordings. But if you go back to Terry White's case, which Tammy Corns is alleged to be 90 to 95% responsible for that conviction based on Jack Harvey's testimony, right? And she never wore a wire. Most government informants wear a wire at some point in time if they do that type of surveillance for the FBI or the DEA. They say that this woman did all her recordings on a phone, and she's been doing that since the Terry White case. So without being too long-winded, just to end on this note, I believe that she may have recordings of her and Demetrius talking about what, I don't know. But until this 50 Cent and Tammy Cohen documentary tell all drop, we won't know. But for sure, and like you said, something about people being experts, listen, they will AI test that. Just like the princess woman over there in England took a picture and she was photoshopped, and a photographer expert said, oh, that's not her stomach. If the tapes come out and Demetrius is on there talking about anything that sounds remotely close to a third-party cooperation, he's cooked for good. If he's not, he got a little wiggle room, but for sure, he gonna have a black cloud over him until this is addressed. And he couldn't give me 100 books on consignment for free.
All right, so listen, you see what he just said? It's like you get involved, right? With the street, there's rules that go with this. And then they say that there's no honor amongst thieves. You know what I mean?
Fuck, I'm gonna put some action in place. I'm a journalist, nigga. You gonna put some action in place.
That's when there's no honor. Let me break that down so you understand, because I feel like right. All right. Now, check. No honor among thieves. That's when